on Sunday. Hard hits haunted the Mariners as Hunter Brown and Bryan Woo matched up in the series finale as Woo lost another quality start in the 6th inning. Welcome to the Dom Skiing channel, your one-stop shop for the Mariners storylines on Seattle's minds. And the Mariners lose the final game of this series, which they'd already won on Saturday night, 11-3 yesterday against the Houston Astros, which means they have tied the tiebreaker back up with us. We are in the final series of the season that we play with them will determine the tiebreaker for playoff seeding scenarios. It feels like, I don't know about you guys, but it feels like every start these days, Bryan Woo goes 5 clean innings. And then in the 6th inning, it feels like every time, just for the whole second kind of quarter of this season, he goes 5 clean innings, and then in the 6th inning, allows 4 runs, and misses a chance for a quality start. That was golden through 5 innings. Looking back at his game logs, because, I noticed this, I look at his recent games, he allows 4 runs in this one of the Astros. That same thing happens. The same thing happened a few times other than this as well. Against the A's, it was May 7th. In this game, I think the A's, put up a bunch of runs. They put a bunch of runs up across the board. That was a Sunday game as well, I believe. But this Twins game on the 30th, I think, he allows all the runs in the 6th inning in Minnesota. And then this game ends 12-6 Twins. He allows 2 in the 4th. And then gets into the 7th inning and allows another run. Still gets the quality start there. The impressive thing is that Bryan Woo is the only pitcher in baseball who's never not gone 6 innings in a start this year. He is the innings king right now. And it's funny, the pitchers that end up being the innings kings, the other innings kings, Garrett Crochet at the break led all pitchers in innings pitched. A guy who was on one of the most restrictive pitch counts last year, leading the majors in innings pitched just a year after that. But really, it feels like Bryan Woo, once he gets to that 3rd time through the order, the stuff almost trails off just a little bit. You even saw in the no-hitter. He gets through the order 3 times basically in that one, and I think the 4th time through the order it messes up. But when you look at Bryan Woo's day, he goes 6 innings, 4 earned runs, basically 3 coming in the 5th, and then 2 coming in the 6th. Allows 6 hits in this one, 1 walk. He does get the 6 strikeouts, but on 91 pitches, he gets hit hard 9 times. And that's where the hard hits haunted the Mariners today. I have some season-long analysis, but after I analyze this game as well for where to go from here at the trade deadline. And then Casey Legumina comes in, gives up 4 runs in 1 inning. His ERA is just getting blasted in certain games like this year, where it's close, and then he comes in and gives up a bunch of hard hits. But this one was only 2 hard hits on 28 pitches. Still 4 earned runs. Just rough for him. Just too many base runners, simply. And Legumina, his whip right now has got to be sky high. Up to 141. After the last 2 years, his whip was 197, 182. His whip at 141 this year. He's a guy who had a real stretch earlier in the year. I think it was 9 straight innings and appearances without allowing a run, but it's really come back to bite him, especially in June and July. He has not been great for us. It's good to have somebody that you can just put in there when a game does get out of hand, though. And that's what Juan Burgos did as well. Came in and pitched the last 2 innings for us. Gave up 2 earned runs on 4 hits. No walks, 2 strikeouts on just 34 pitches. Only 1 hard hit. So Juan Burgos, honestly, might have a better chance at staying in this bullpen through the end of the year than Legumina, who might just be a bulk guy, kind of an innings eater guy right now. Woo getting hit super hard today. Not completely uncharacteristic for an Astros team, as the Mariners always get bit by the Astros somehow. Lyle and TJ, the Marine Layer podcast, credit to them, they called the Astros are inevitable. And even to their point, as they mentioned too, the lineup, on Sunday for the Astros, they're clearly rotating a lot of guys. And to allow 11 runs to this lineup, when you had a 2-0 lead, 3-0 lead, you could have won this game. and then you just allow 11 unanswered runs. Hunter Brown also looked nasty, but his line was bad for the third start in a row. One of the best starting pitchers in the MLB this year, a contender for the AL Cy Young, probably would have been the winner through the end of June. But now in July, 3 bad starts. He goes 4 innings, gives up 3 earned runs on 6 hits and 2 walks, still gets the 7 strikeouts, and then only allows 3 hard hits on 89 pitches. But Hunter Brown is just running into trouble this month. It's hard to. This is a hard guy to analyze because he hasn't been this good for this long. So he gets 13 swinging strikes on 89 pitches, only allows 86.3 mile an hour average exit velocity on his pitches. So the numbers are there for him. Curious as to, if I think he's going to rebound. I don't think there's anything that's an outlier in the numbers that you can say Hunter Brown is going to continue to give up a lot of runs and not go 6 innings. I think it's just kind of he went up against the Mariners lineup, who did a good job churning pitches against him and getting them up to 89 pitches in 4 innings. And that's one of the strengths of this lineup right now. That, real quick to run through Woo's numbers first before I talk about the strengths of the lineup, which we saw in the loss against Hunter Brown. Woo, on the other hand, even had just as good of numbers as Hunter Brown, but both of them just had a bad start. Clearly the ball was flying. Woo gave up a lot of hard hits, but Brown gave up hits as well and gave up contact. 14 swinging strikes on 91 pitches for Woo, gets 7 on 44 seam fastballs. That's the money pitch for him. And 5 on 31 sinkers. He is as good of a fastball, a twin-headed fastball guy as there is right now in the majors, I would say. Actually, Garrett Crochet is the only one who's better than him. And Garrett Crochet is built more like a tight end, whereas Woo is almost like, I don't know, it's hard to find a football comp for Woo. I'll get back to you guys on that later on this season. But 1 on 8 sweepers, 1 on 7 sliders, and then none on 5 changeups. Woo has a diverse arsenal. Only gave up 89.9 mile an hour average exit velocity. So it's just tough to say in this one. Woo, I think, got BABIP'd a little bit. Gave up, giving up those 9 hard hits for Woo on 91 pitches. It's uncharacteristic, and I think it's just quality of contact normalizing over time, which, as we know, quality of contact is the slowest stat to normalize. So when a pitcher gets, doesn't allow hard contact for months and then does allow a bunch of hard contact at once, it's easier to say that other factors in the environment were helping them than that, they were going to never allow hard contact forever. Or that that was a true skill that you could see in those stats. Woo has been extremely consistent this year at doing so, but there's still a lot of normalization inbound. And then the Mariners get out hit in this one, just 13-10. Getting the 10 hits, you'd like to get more than 3 runs, obviously. Then the Astros have a 273 expected batting average, the Mariners 196. The Mariners won 2 of these games in this series. One of them, not getting nearly as many hits as the Astros yesterday, and then on Friday, not necessarily a blowout. It's a game that the Astros had a chance in the whole way through. So it's really a normalization that you take the first 2 games and then and the Astros blow you out in what could have been the best game of the series. With the best pitching matchup, the Mariners lineup was pretty good, not too rotated. Garver in the lineup is normal these days and stuff. You didn't have Ben Williamson in there, didn't have Cole Young in there, but still, that's kind of the point I wanted to make about the lineup, is the fact that Ben Williamson and Cole Young come out of this lineup for a day, and then we get blown out offensively, only score 3 runs, have a 196 expected batting average. And those 2 are not expected batting average kings at all. Those are some of the lower end expected batting average quality of contact guys, but they are really good at fighting off pitches right now. The way that JP and Randy are providing massive protection at the top of the order by having a good eye, having good plate discipline, those guys at the bottom of the order are fouling off pitches at an insane rate that I think that goes a little too unnoticed right now. Those are the control the zone guys in the lineup, to me, is those bottom 2 of Williamson and Young. And with all this Eugenio Suarez trade talk, he is red hot coming out of the All-Star break again. He hit 4 homers in 2 games this weekend. And Mariners fans will not stop talking about trade packages for Suarez, bringing him back. And I can't help but feel like, even though, yes, Suarez was a fan favorite here, it was great, he got totally blasted by the fans for his profile not working in a park like Safeco Field, which is not advantageous to hitters. When he goes to a park that's advantageous for hitters, like Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati when he was there, like his new stadium in Arizona that he's hit plenty of homers at this year and past year, on a 50-something homer pace through the last 162 games. We tried that in Seattle, and I don't think that he was just not healthy or something. I genuinely just don't think that he's hitting 50 homers in Seattle. I don't think that he's that type of hitter. I think he's a great hot weather hitter, but I would not bring him back this year. And I would not bring him back in favor of Ben Williamson, who protects everybody else in the lineup to a large degree. You would be selling out for power. Now, some people philosophically just think it's worth it because they think he's such a good power bat right now. But I'm worried that he's hot right now. He's had a lot of his hot stretches. You see him do 50 over a 162 game stretch. We've seen that before. He hit 49 back in 2019, but he cooled off the next year. And he hit like less than 200 through the All-Star break. So with such an extreme hot and cold hitter who's been so hot over his past 162 games, is the guy who we've already seen come here and struggle because of what it's like to hit in this ballpark. I just don't see why it would be different bringing it back now. I mean, that team only missed the playoffs by half a game, we forget. Teo went and was an all-star, won the Derby, and won the World Series last year with the Dodgers. Suarez, been really good for the Diamondbacks as well. That was a good team constructed. It just wasn't put together in a way that could win in this ballpark. And we take away our home field advantage when we move away from Ben Williamson and go to Suarez. That arm at third base would be a massive plus over Ben Williamson. Don't get me wrong. That power, massive plus over Ben Williamson. That stuff is, you just can't find that every day. And you don't have the chance to acquire it every day. But I don't know where you find that protection in the lineup when you put Suarez up to fifth. Then your lineup becomes JP, Julio, Cal, Randy, Suarez, and then it's going to be like Rayleigh. It's going to be first base, DH in second, and right field left. So then say it's like Rayleigh, Canzone, or Rayleigh, Garver, Canzone, Young. It's good, but just putting that power threat in the middle of the lineup, I do feel like we have power bats in the middle of the lineup. Randy has hit as many home runs as anybody in the month of July. Cal obviously leads the MLB in homers still. I just don't think that selling out for power is the right move at this deadline. I think keeping the protection and the way the lineup is currently constructed, those guys at the bottom of the order, if you were to add Suarez, move him up to the middle, take Ben Williamson out, I don't think that Randy and Cal do as well the rest of the year is my hot take. I personally love Eugenio Suarez. I'm a massive fan of him as a player. I just don't know if he fits this Mariners team right now. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. Should the Mariners trade for Eugenio Suarez at the deadline? I'm excited to see what you guys think. Be talking about it more as we lead up to this deadline, which is only in about 10 days. I need to check when exactly is the deadline. It's sneaking up on us. But the other moves that could be made at the deadline, obviously for a reliever, a lot of people talk about us going to the Rays and getting a Yandy Diaz, who we've been linked to in the past. I like those ideas much more. I like upgrading first base much more than I like upgrading third base. Because Ben Williamson and Cole Young, I say Cole Young because people talked about second base too a little bit, and they're kind of in the same boat in this regard. I would not be surprised if both of those guys hit 260, have a 650 OPS this year, play great defense, are under club control for a bunch of years to come. I know everybody in Seattle really, really wants to go all in and see the Mariners make a philosophical commitment to the 2025 team in a way that they haven't before. But I don't think it's a great baseball move to replace Ben Williamson in the lineup with Eugenio Suarez the way the team is currently constructed. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know why I'm wrong. That's why I'm here. I want to open the discussion and hear what you guys have to say. With that being said, I will be here to hear all of Seattle telling me why we should trade for Eugenio Suarez and to recap game number 100, which is happening tonight as the Brewers come to town tomorrow on the Dom Skiing channel. I've been your host, and I'll see you tomorrow. Go Abs.